and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, welcome everyone. Our meeting is called to order for the Jefferson County LDC Local Development Board.
Recording in progress.
Do I need to do that over again for
Nope.
public? Okay.
I got it on this one.
Meeting is called to order. And the LDC, is there any privilege of the floor? Anyone wish to speak? Okay. So our minutes are on page 3. Hopefully everybody's reviewed them, and if so, we can have a motion to accept them.
So move.
Second.
Dave, Christine's the second. Any discussion or modifications to the minutes? Okay. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
None opposed, good. So the minutes carry as presented. Treasurer's report, we can go to page 6. Paul? Please.
Well, we're almost there where it's going to start looking normal month to month. I just wanted to point out, if you look at the budget, the current year budget is a 15-month budget. And when you look at previous month totals, that looks pretty high, but that's from October 1st through mid-March.
Yes.
Mid-March number.
Through April now.
Through mid-April. So next month, we'll see month-to-month numbers. Everything looks in line with where we expect to be. We're a little low on the revenues, but I think that will come around. The departmental or program expenses look good. I just wanted to say, if Jay was here, the first speaker at the Ag Conference I thought was very good. I forget what his name was, but he was very interesting. I didn't make the whole meeting. So all the program expenses are in line. The balance sheet is consistent with last month. The loan receivables are consistent with previous months. You know, LCO Destiny is 30 days out, and Lyle informed me that they hope to close in July and make their final payout on the loan, and that's pretty much it, unless anyone has questions.
If they close in July, will it be before July 1st when the term is up, or do we have to
No,
consider an
it'll be-
extension?
The closing was scheduled for June.
Yeah.
It's now been moved to July, but it'll be sometime after the 1st of
So
July.
do we need to do, because their term is up 7/1, according to this sheet. So they would be in default of their loan, correct? I mean, should we take some action?
15th of
This sheet says 7/1 maturity. I'm just going by what this says.
Right, but they have
They-
a
they-
15
day
grace
grace
period.
period.
But that's the maturity of the full loan. It's
Yeah.
not a payment delay.
It's maturity of the full loan. So
Okay. I'm just asking if we can, if it's easier just to take action to extend it.
Sure.
I don't care. I
Yeah.
just want, I'm asking from your standpoint, if you have to explain this to auditors, why a loan got paid past the term.
No, I won't have to explain.
Okay, if you don't have to explain it, I don't think anybody here has to
They
explain
don't
it.
go into that level.
Okay, I just want to make sure of that. Okay, that was, so that's good news that that'll get cleaned up anyway.
Well, the one thing is, if a month ago, we were planning for a June payout. Now it's July. If that gets delayed again, we may want to
Well, if
take
it gets
action.
delayed again, then we need to take some action.
But we would need to know that in the July board meeting, right?
Yes.
Which is probably
And-
after
and
the 4th.
If
I'm
it does
guessing.
get delayed, I'm sure Lisa will contact.
Okay, and that'll still be in that first 15 days of July. I'm sure a board meeting's like the 8th or 9th, or I don't know precisely, but we should be in there. Okay, as long as you're good with that. I just thought we'd treat the maturity a little differently than a late payment. I didn't think we had forgiveness on maturities of the full loan. That's my opinion, but I don't care. I'm speaking like a banker, sorry, Christine.
No, I was gonna say from a banker's perspective, we would just let it go.
Would
We'd
you?
just wait for the closing.
Perfect.
It wouldn't be a major issue.
It would just be a past due until it got paid.
Yeah.
With that, I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion on the report? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
None were opposed. The treasurer's report carries. Committee, let's see, I just want to make sure I'm not skipping something. Okay, committee reports. Jay is not here, or did he send something or leave something?
Not sure.
He didn't send, but he wasn't planning to be sick. He is, but so,
Yeah.
but we can tell you, I mean, obviously, I think a lot of you realize that the ag conference went great. Great speakers, good feedback, good coverage. Jay's now busy working on the dairy parade, getting that organized for June Dairy Month, and also working with Mike Knuckles from Cooperative Extension on getting we've received more than enough grant applications for the fund we have for the ARPA fund program we have for the food resiliency program. So they're reviewing those applications and making their site visits now. So when they get through doing all that, they'll be bringing to the board recommendations for granting some of that money.
Well, that local foods initiative, that's going to be a one and done. You've got enough applications now. That whole amount will be dispersed in the next few months.
It will all be dispersed if on site visits they find enough good projects. I mean, they're not going to fund a project just to use up the money. You know, if they don't have enough adequate projects, they probably just do another round of applications at some point.
But are some of those projects that they're saying, is it a multi-year? Is it more than just this?
No, they're all sort of for one-shot investments in equipment or whatever too. So there's equipment, whatever might be necessary for someone to make their meat processing USDA certified. Someone might be buying a piece of equipment or something for doing value-added dairy processing, and likewise for produce and the other category. So
Great.
they're not on growing programmatic funds as
Yeah.
much as they are just kind
That's
of
my question.
to make an investment to help them take the next step.
How many total applications do we have?
There was quite a few.
It was close to 20. It was close to 20.
And who's doing the reviews? Staff?
Jay, on that program, Jay and Mike Knuckles from Cooperative Extension.
Does it look like it's going to be a good fit, or does
Oh,
it
yeah,
look
yeah.
like they could have used a lot more money?
Well, you probably could always use more money. We'll see when they finish the review how many of those are really, good solid projects. So.
Manufacturing, are we done with ag?
Yep.
Okay, anything for manufacturing?
Nope. I mean, other than we were hosting next Wednesday a meeting with with Lewis County. We're doing introducing them to a STEM program, K through 2. STEM ABC is a STEM program for promoting STEM skills and interests in elementary school students and making families more aware of those skills as well. So the idea is to there's some local manufacturers participating in that program already, but see if others want to get on board to support that. Watertown Schools is already utilizing it too to some degree.
Marketing.
Couple things. This month is the New York State Economic Development Council meeting down in Cooperstown. I'll be attending that. I'm going to be the only one from the office this year. Going down to that, I'll take my usual copious notes, which I know everyone really pours right over. Couple things also. This week has been the Chamber of Commerce Economic Forum. They're running from 8:30 to 10 every morning, including today. Dave is going to be presenting tomorrow morning on the program. It's going to be in person tomorrow. It's been online this week. Pretty good attendance. This is the first one that they've had since COVID, so it's we're kicking that stuff back off, and a lot of stuff going on with all the things that we're going to talk about today. And,
The other presenters on that panel will be Eric Wagner, Deputy Garrison Commander at Fort Drum, and Greg Gardner, and Harry Atchison is going to be there talking about the Commonwealth project.
Very good. Any other questions for marketing?
You do anything with the Career Jam?
yes, we're a sponsor of the program, and we're involved in that on the granular level. So yes,
That should be pretty big.
yeah, this will be a good one.
Okay. Dave, under unfinished, you want to add a topic?
Yeah, so you're all aware of the YMCA project, the challenge there, looking for some additional funds. So I was suggesting to you all that we, under the IDA meeting, we discuss what you may or may not want to consider as the IDA being the owner of the building, but our next steps might be there. And the other thing is under the JCLDC meeting, if we want to discuss any kind of a financial assistance to that project. If you feel you'd rather discuss things from the building perspective first, you could always adjourn this discussion till after the IDA meeting and reconvene it then, but, so basically they're looking for 880,000, what they're hoping to get from the county, rounding up to 900. Is there, we might provide, some cash, whether to think about what we're gonna charge them for the renting the building, that upfront cost, and maybe even consider.
What's the board wish? Because I think some of this might fall under privity of executive privilege, but some of it certainly is public. And
So there
or
would be
wanted to
action.
discuss it under LDC. We can adjourn the LDC, discuss it under IDA. We'll leave the LDC members as part of the executive session. Or we can just wait until the IDA meeting, which then you're not going to be able to participate. You said you had to leave.
Why don't,
Which side would it come from, the LDC or the IDA?
Well,
If
we
we're gonna do
should
any
get a
kind,
grant.
if we're gonna do any kind of grant assistance, it would come from the LDC.
Yeah, so we could be the originators of some money, but it's a greater discussion about how much and why, and and there's also other
Can we have
steps. And it's kind of unfortunately,
Can we have an executive
we could.
for the LDC?
We could have an executive session for the LDC as well. That's one.
I make a motion, we go into executive session. Because there's,
I'd say discuss the financials of a specific
Yeah.
entity or organization.
do we
Okay.
have Justin with us?
We do not. We do not.
No, we have Steve Mayer with us today.
Okay.
Okay, and then we would allow council and
Quick
staff to
question.
remain, Dave?
Yes.
Okay.
And would allow Don Rutherford to stay at.
Yes, I forgot. Sorry, Don. I knew there was somebody else working at that state. Craig, sorry, you're the only one that has to get up.
I just want to be clear, why is there an executive session? What is?
Does the financial, to discuss the financial, what is it?
It's real estate transactions and financial assistance for
Well, in this case,
specific projects.
in this case, it's not real estate,
Oh,
because it's not, it's the LDC,
It's,
but it discusses personal financial information regarding a specific entity or organization.
And we're allowing council and staff to remain.
Has that been approved?
We have a first. I don't think I heard a second. So Dave made a first, Rob was a second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, so we're gonna go to executive session and speak with council today.
I promise.